Okay, I've now recorded. We begin from this. An expression like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. If you realize, we are multiplying by 3 4 times. We are multiplying by 3 4 times. So an expression like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 can be written as 3 to power 4. I think you agree with this, and there is no doubt. So when we have 3 to power 4, I want to tell you something very important. 3 is what we call a base. So 3 to power 4 is an index. Now, an index, or in indices, we shall be looking at bases and powers. We shall be looking at bases and powers. So a number like this, which is 3 to power 4, the power is 4 and the base is 3. We read it like the power is 3, the base is 4. This is read as 3 raised to power 4. This number here, it is read as 3 raised to power 4. The power is also called an index, and plural is indices. The power, when it is one power, it is index, and the plural is indices. And the number 3 is the base. I already told you that, so 3 is the base. I think that one is okay with you. Then we note an index is the number of times the base is multiplied by itself. So the index here is 4. It means this number 3 is multiplied by itself 4 times. The number 3 is multiplied by itself 4 times. So an index definition, an index is the number of times the base is multiplied by itself. So if we say the power is 4 and the base is 3, it means 3 is multiplied itself by 4 times. Okay? Expressions can be written in index form as follows. For example, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This is 5 times. So the number in index form will be 2 times 5. I think you agree with that and you have no problem with it. Then 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 5 is multiplied by itself 4 times. So the index is going to be 5 to power 4. The index is going to be 5 to power 4. Then a times a is multiplied by itself 7 times. So in index form, it will be a to power 7. I think you have no problem with that. Laws of indices. These laws must be understood very well. They must be understood very well, because anytime we can ask you to apply them. When numbers, please, I ask you to take note of this. When numbers with the same base are multiplied or divided together, numbers which have the same base, for example, here the base is 3. If I multiply by 3 to power 2, that's what we mean. The base is the same. When numbers with the same base are multiplied or divided, their indices are operated according to certain rules. For example, 8 to power 2 times 8 to power 3. This is exactly what we have been talking about. In the first number here, the base is A and the power is 2. So, and in the second number, the base is 3. No, the base is A and the power is 3. Meaning, the base is the same. In all, the base is A. Okay? So, 8 power 2 is A times A, and 8 power 3 is A times A times A, which gives us A times A 5 times. And the answer to that is going to be 8 power 5. The answer will be 8 power 5. I think you have no problem with that. Then if I have 8 power 3 times 8 power 4, 8 power 3 is having A and multiply by itself 3 times. Then 8 power 4 is having A multiplied by itself 4 times, which gives us A times A times A times A, and it is 8 power 7. A multiplied by itself 7 times. So what are we going to note from this multiplication rule? We are going to note that an index of a product is the sum of the given indices. It means when you are please take note of this rule and understand it. When you are multiplying indices that have the same base, what you do, you just write one base and add the powers. I think even in primary you had some insight about that. When you are multiplying numbers which have the same base, we are 8 power 2 times 8 power 3. The base is 2 and the base is, okay, the base is A, the base is A here also. But the power for the first number is 2 and the power for the second number is 3. So it becomes 8 power 2 plus 3. So we write one base. If the bases are the same, we write one base and add powers. So we shall not go through all this. We shall use the rule. We shall not go through all this to get 8 power 5. We are going to use the rule, and it gives us 8 power 2 times 8 power 3 equaling to A power 2 plus 3, and the final answer is A power 5. So like that. Then 8 power 3 times 8 power 4, it will give us, the base is the same. The base is the same. So it will give us 8 power 3 plus 4. We just add the powers. And 3 plus 4, the answer is what? Is 7. So in general, if we have 8 power m times 8 power n, if you have 8 power m times 8 power n, the base is still the same. We are insisting and saying that we shall write one base, which is A, and we shall add the powers, and the power is A, is m for the first power plus n for the second power. For example, we have 4 to power 2 times 4 to power 3. Here you don't have to go through the other expansion of 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. What if we give you 4 to power 80? 80, what are you going to do? Are you going to multiply 80 times? So learn the rule. So the rule, we shall write one base, which is 4, and add the powers. 2 plus 3 is 5. So this gives us 4 to power 5 as the answer. Is there any question on that part before I proceed? Please, that part is very important. That rule is very important. Telling us that if we are multiplying indices that have the same base, we write one base and add the powers. So it will be a power m plus n. Yes, Margaret, what's your question?
But if they give you the same powers, for example, a power 2 times a power 2.
No, the base is still the same. So you write one base, which is a, and you add the powers. So the powers are 2, 2. So the answer will be a power 2 plus 2, which is a power 4. You get that? So for you, only focus on the bases. If the bases are the same, write one base and add the powers. It doesn't matter whether the powers are the same or not.
Okay.
I think you are sorted.
Hmm?
Are you sorted?
Yes, teacher.
Ethan, did you have a question or you were just...
No, teacher.
Okay. Let us go to division. For division, let's say if we have 8 power 5, it will be the same as a times a. We get 8 power 5, which is a times a 5 times. You can see it as a numerator here. Then we are dividing by 8 power 3, which is a times a 3 times. So these a's up on the numerator are 5, and the a's on the denominator are 3. So we cancel those that are right to cancel together. We shall have a, the a's are going together, and we have the answer as a power 2. Do you get me there? The answer is 8 power 2. Also, if I have 8 power 7, this is a mistake. This should be a division sign. We shall correct it. This should be a division sign. If you have 8 power 7 and we are dividing it by 8 power 2, we shall have a times a 7 times, and we divide it by 8 power 2, which is a times a 2 times, and the answer, the a's will cancel, so the answer is a power 5. So let us now note that the index of a quotient means division. Yes, the index of a quotient is the index of the divisor subtracted by the index of the dividend. So the divisor is the number which is the numerator, and the dividend is the number we are dividing, which is the denominator. So what does this tell us? It tells us that if you are dividing indices, for example, 8 power 5 divided by 8 power 3, it should give us the answer as a. We said it is the index. The index is the power of the divisor. The divisor is 5. The index of the divisor is 5. Then you subtract the index of the dividend. The index of the dividend which we are dividing is 3. So we subtract. So it means if we are dividing indices that have the same base, whereby the same base here is a, we write one base and subtract the powers. So the power of the divisor is 5, and the power of the dividend is 3. So the answer will be a, which is the base, one base power 5 minus 3, and the answer is 8 power 2. which is the one we got here by expanding. But I'm saying sometimes we don't have to expand like this. We just have to use the rule. So for those who are just joining us, we are saying if you're multiplying indices that have the same base, you write one base and add the powers. But if you are dividing indices that have the same base, for example here, you will write one base, which is a, and subtract the powers, which is 5 minus 3, and the answer is a power 2. Okay, so this is another mistake. This should be division. Take note of that. Take note, this should be division. 8 power 7 divided by 8 power 2, the answer should be 8 power 7 minus 2. If we were multiplying, then we should have added 7 plus 2, but we are dividing. This is division, so it is, we write one base, which is a, and we subtract the powers. So the powers, it will be 7 minus 2, and the answer is a power 5. So in general, we are saying if we have 8 power m divided by 8 power n, the bases are the same. We shall just write one base, which is a, and we subtract the powers. The powers are m and n, so we shall have m for the divisor divided by n for the dividend. So we have a power m minus n. Yes, can you say something? Ask a question or tell me if everything is okay.
Yeah, we are fine.
Okay, let's look at now powers. Let's now look at powers. Powers, we consider the number, a number which has 2 powers. How do we deal with it? For example, this one, it is 8 power 2. It is 8 power 2, but there is also a power of 3. 8 power 2, but there is also a power which is 3 here. So 8 power 2 to power 3, we can write it as 8 power 2 3 times. We can write it as 8 power 2 3 times. So it can be 8 power 2 times 8 power 2 times 8 power 2 3 times. 8 power 2 times 8 power 2 times 8 power 2 3 times. And what does it give us? It gives us, now we shall be multiplying indices which have the same base, which is a. So we can write one base and add the powers. So the powers are 2 plus 2 plus 2, which gives us finally a power 2.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
If you say 8 to power 3 times 8 to power 3.
Where are you getting 8 power 3? Because here we have 8 power 2. We have a squared actually. We have a squared, then the a squared is the one that is going to multiply itself 3 times. You get that?
Yes.
If it was 8 power 3, then the 2 outside the bracket, then 8 power 3 would have multiplied itself 2 times. But now it is 8 power 2, then it is cubed. So it will multiply itself 3 times. You get that?
3 times.
Yeah.
So since the base is the same, we shall add the powers. and it will be 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6. Okay? Okay? Alternatively, I want to give you a short form. If you have 2 powers on one base, the base is still A, by the way, and the powers are 2 and 3. Just multiply the powers such that the answer becomes A power 2 times 3. And this is what has been done here. It gives you the same answer. So if you have 2 powers on a base, just multiply the powers. I think that one is okay. Then we have 8 power 3 to power 4. This one will simply be, it means 8 power 3 is going to be multiplied by itself 4 times. And this is what you are seeing here. And the answer it gives us, it is 8 power 4. Okay, we write one base and add the powers. So the base is A, shall have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 12. Alternatively, like I've told you, if you have 2 powers, just write one base and multiply the powers. So the one base is A times its power 3 times 4, and the answer is A to power 12. Can you say something? Ariho,
Okay.
everything okay?
Yes.
By this is a basic topic. You must understand it very well. If you don't understand it in senior 2, you are most likely to have problems in senior 4. Not only senior 4, even senior 5 and 6. Note, the letter A has been used in the above example to represent any number. The letter A has been used in the above example to represent any number. So A is standing for any number that we may use. For example, the number can be 12, it can be 2, it can be 3. Gideon, you have a question?
No, teacher, no.
So let us look at the 3 basic rules of indices. These are 3 basic rules of indices, and what do they tell us? The first rule is here. From what we have seen, tells us that if the first rule is on multiplication. If we are multiplying indices that have the same base, I repeat, M A is any number, M is the power, N is the power. So we write one base, which is A, and we add the powers. So add the additional powers, it becomes M plus N. And M plus N, we find out what it gives us if M was known and N was known. The second rule is A to power M divided by A to power N. This tells us that when we are dividing indices that have the same base, we should write only one base and subtract the powers. I want to be very slow on this such that you understand. So if you have 2 powers on a base, what we do, we write okay, in 1 minute. So what we were saying, if you have two powers, you write one base and multiply the powers. That's what I was telling you. So those are the basic rules of indices, and I will stop there. So this is the assignment that I'm going to give you. I'm going to choose for you some work to do from this assignment and tell you. So for example, by the way, if they write only 3, it means the power of 3 is 1. Get that, eh? If they write only one base, it means the power. If they write 3 and they don't put the power, it means the power is what? 1. So this is 3 to power 4 times 3 to power 1. Hello? Hey, I'm calling. Let me call. So I was telling you that if they don't put the power, it means the power is 1. So this is 3 times power 4 times 3 to power 1. So you will write one base and add the powers, which will be 4 plus 1. So the answer will be 3 to power 5. So let me stop here. I'm going to send you this work, then you write the examples that we have discussed together. From here up to here, then I will tell you the assignment to do from this exercise 5.4. I wish you a good day. God bless you.
Bless you too, teacher.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye.